Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. The time has finally come for the Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire official trailer part 2. I've been waiting for this shit. I am the biggest nerd of these movies. My favorite movie of all time is Godzilla vs. Kong. Okay, I can't lie. Before then, it was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this franchise, the Godzilla and Kong franchise. I am so fucking hyped. I was sitting at work and I saw this shit drop and I was pissed the whole fucking day because all I wanted to do was react to this trailer and get a reaction out for you guys. Every time I refreshed or on TikTok, the trailer's out, people reacting to it. The trailer's out, you gotta go watch it. It was pissing me the fuck off. I can't waste no more time. Let's get into the shit. We're gonna have a breakdown afterwards of different things you might have missed, I might have missed, so that we can know more information about what is to expect, what there is to expect of this greatness of a fucking movie. Roll the fucking clip. I'm hyped.
For centuries, there was harmony. The Titans were the guardians of nature, and the great apes became the protectors of humanity. We've discovered a signal. She can feel it. Kong, Godzilla, they can feel it too. Something is coming. Something even they're afraid of. You feel like going for a ride?
Thought you'd never ask.
Just try not to swallow your tongue.
What? Oh my God! Is that a mini Kong? Oh my God.
That's not just a signal. That's a call for war.
Oh, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew this shit, man. I do this. I fucking called that shit. He's using it as a goddamn whip, and I was hoping that was the case. How sick is that, bro? That's insane. And imagine if it was like vertebrae of either of Kong's ancestors, which I guess would be the same as his, or a Godzilla and their ancestors and stuff like that, their spinal cord. That shit would be insane. Damn.
What is that?
Kong can't stop this on his own.
He won't be alone.
Last time those two met up, it was almost the end of Kong.
They don't have to like each other. They just have to work together.
Now I
Damn!
have seen everything.
Oh, there's so much fucking greatness. There's so much fucking greatness in this goddamn trailer. Holy shit. That motherfucker punched his tooth out. Damn. I mean, look at the fucking impact. I didn't even realize he had Baby Kong in his hands. I just saw Daddy Kong had fucking, he just launched up to just knock a motherfucker out. Damn. We got to go back on that shit.
Now I have seen everything.
made some minor augmentations.
Oh.
Oh my fucking God. All right, y'all, we're going to get down into a little bit of some breakdowns because I can't even lie. When I did this shit last time, I gave my predictions. I don't think anybody's really going to believe me, but I'm going to pop it up on the screen right here. I had someone reach out to me who told me, I don't know, I don't care if you believe them or not, but they told me they had worked on the set or they had worked at least close by the set. And a lot of the predictions that I had made were pretty much on point. I don't care if people believe if that person was actually on the set or not. I do. One, because I like to imagine and think that cool shit like that could actually happen. To me, that somebody who worked close on the set or by the set watched my fucking trailer and was willing to admit, like, yo, you're on point with some of this shit, man. I'm there to see a big-ass monkey and a big-ass lizard go against another big-ass monkey and another big-ass lizard, because there's another one of those, and we'll get to it here in just a second. 4 big-ass titans throwing it down with each other. Nothing sounds more fucking fascinating than that. I'm fucking hyped for this movie. March 29th, I will be there. And then afterwards, I'm going to give my review on the fucking movie. Now, because of this trailer, I have high expectations. So this movie has to absolutely obliterate those expectations, and it might take the place of my favorite fucking movie of all time, ahead, Kong versus Godzilla. But let's get into the breakdown, y'all. Let's not waste no more time. I got to get into this shit because there's a lot of shit that I saw and a lot of shit that you might have missed that I want to point out to you guys. So really quickly, I just want to add on as the trailer, as we lead up to the part that I first want to start talking about, is if you're not really going for the more cartoony side of the direction this franchise is taking, fuck you. Why? Because you saw -1, it was a more realistic feel, so that's the vibe you kind of want to go towards? Great. Go watch Toho and their fucking Godzilla. You don't have to watch this movie. But I don't think there should be limits to what exactly a world living with titans would be like. But anyways, just had to get that off of my chest. Now, the first new image that we do see, or footage that we see, that I kind of just want to point out, we get these little water shots, and we get one here in a minute that's a little bit more important. But we do get this shot of Godzilla absolutely ramming through some bridges, not giving a fuck who was in his way, who was on that bridge. It could have been the president. He didn't give a shit, which tells me he's either under some sorts of mind control, which we'll get to in just a moment, or someone has just arrived, such as either Kong, which we see him shoot atomic breath at later in the trailer, the Scar King, or Shimu. And again, we'll get to that here in more in just a bit. Now we get this shot of Kong, and I believe her name is Jai, or Jaya. I know it's J-A or J-I-A. Jai. We're going to say Jai. Well, she's obviously in the Hollow Earth with Kong, and we see him actually enter the Hollow Earth later in the trailer. Homegirl's having some nightmares, is able to kind of predict the future a little bit. We know that she's something special, like we kind of saw them hint to her more so in the last trailer. And in this one, we kind of got a little bit, teased of what's going on with her. I guess she's suffering, from these visions or something like that. And she is able to see a couple of things that I just want to fucking point out because they are absolutely sick. Now, it looks like we are going to get teased again, the nuclear pulse attack that Godzilla kind of uses, kind of like how he used on King Ghidorah in King of the Monsters, where the last time the radiation and the heat of him falling back to Earth and everything else added on top of it gave him the ability to do so. After he had kind of been protected with the protective coating that Mothra had given him, it looks like he's now able to do that on his own, and it's not that fiery red color that we had gotten before. It's now this beautiful blue color instead being shown to us. Now, in the very next scene, what I primarily am focused on personally, you see Kong coming out what looks like the Hollow Earth, or he's stuck in this form of ice. We see Scar King right here. We see Godzilla himself in that vibrant pink color, and we get another shot of Shimu. They do only show him for a split second, but there he is. I can't lie, like, seeing shots like this is getting me so hyped. And I don't want to get myself overhyped, because I hate when the movies are fucking 2.5 hours long, yet we only get like 10 to 15 minutes of screen time of these fucking beautiful ass titans. I want primarily this movie to be all about conflict and confrontation expressed from the titans. I get the part that the humans are there, but the reason we're there to watch the movie is for these guys. There has to be a lot of screen time. There has to be a lot of fighting. And it looks like we're getting that personally. Again, I hope that's true based off of the fucking trailer. There's no way you show us that much action to give us this much when we go to see the movie on March 29th. But back to Shimu. I mean, it's hard to, really get a good glimpse of him, but this shot right here is absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is stunning, and I cannot wait for this scene into the movie. Now, we get this shot coming up here in just a moment of the Scar King, and the eyes fade to blue, and then you can kind of see like what look like 3 pyramids, which I'm assuming is the pyramids of Egypt, where it looks like they're under their base or their secret lair into the hollow earth is actually located is underneath the pyramids in Egypt. And it actually fades what looks like to Shimu's eyes. These aren't the glowing glow eyes, I believe, of the Scar King. I believe it then fades as it transitioned to where we can see the pyramids into Shimu in the background from the Scar King. And I'm not going to lie, in this next shot that we see Kong, we see a shadow hover over Kong as, he starts to look pissed. Now we do see what look like some arms or something moving. I'm actually curious to know what it is he's actually looking at. Plus, you can also see this blue kind of reflection into his eyes, which I'm assuming is the beam that's shooting out of the water or the beach or whatever the fuck it was earlier into the sky. It looks like apparently from Shimu. So now it does look like I was right about my speculations about that little area. This right here is, these pillars are set up in formation. When I originally saw the first trailer, I was like, that's got to be an entrance into the Hollow Earth. And an entrance into the Hollow Earth it is, because we see Kong not giving a fuck. Like they said, he knows something's down there. Do I think him and Godzilla are afraid of it? Whatever's down there? Absolutely not. I'm not even going to mention her name because it's irrelevant, because I can't believe she made the comment that both Godzilla and Kong fear what's down there.
Something even they're afraid of.
No, I don't believe that for a goddamn second, and we're about to show why here in just a moment. Kong didn't give a fuck, and I know if he don't give a fuck, Godzilla don't care at all either. They're with the hands whenever you want them. Like that, you can catch these hands 24/7. Now what's crazy is when we got this first shot, Baby Kong was not in there. We just got the normal shot and he was taken out, but he is in fact there with Kong when they see the other apes. Scar King obviously takes note. They're taking interest into Kong as he's the new person in town. The way the trailer makes it seem is that they're hitting the ground, to announce the arrival of their king as, he's making his entrance. I don't believe that's it at all. I believe these apes are going absolutely stupid when the Scar King and Kong start going head one-on-one. Scar King has to challenge the newcomer. And knowing Kong, he didn't like the fact that Godzilla wanted to make himself king of the monsters. When Ghidorah made his call out to the other monsters in King of the Monsters, they all showed the fuck up. When Godzilla does it, they all do the same, except for Kong. He doesn't see anybody above him, and he doesn't follow nobody's rules but his own. So in my opinion, Kong has to feel threatened and doesn't appreciate the Scar King showing up and just making it seem like he can tell Kong what the fuck not and what to and what not to do, and Kong therefore challenges him. And you'll normally see stuff like this happen, especially in all the Planet of the Apes series, or even in real life when dealing with apes, when one-on-ones start to take place. It's just something that they do to kind of hype up the fight until a new leader is decided. My guess is this is one of the offspring of the Scar King, who ran away, ultimately probably because he was either getting hit or mistreated and he didn't want to be a part of that shit no more. Either that or because he's just a kid, he, does take fear of seeing the Scar King because he's scary as fuck. He's intimidating as hell, and they have to sense his power and ability just like Kong and Godzilla can. So maybe that's why he hides in fear. But the real reason he makes this gesture right here, like he is scared out of his fucking mind, to me tells me that the Scar King is his father and ultimately has been either mistreating him or banished him from the rest of the apes. Now, coming up has to be one of my favorite scenes throughout the whole trailer, probably second or third favorite. All the other apes are hiding in fear when the Scar King jumps down. However, this man Kong is not fucking phased at all. He's not phased at all. He don't give a fuck. This motherfucker's scared out of his mind. This one's scared out of his mind. They all get scared, except Kong. He stands there like a tall, proud badass that he is, and he don't give a shit. He knows he's probably gonna have to throw down, and he don't flinch whatsoever. Now they start to take battle here, and exactly what I called, the Scar King is using that motherfucker as a whip, bro, which is honestly insane. insane. Has to be one of the vertebrae of one of the Titans he's killed. Either Scar King then throws his whip, it lashes onto Kong, and after pulling it back, it does tear up the inside of Kong's hand. Originally, when I had watched the trailer as it was going, I thought maybe like a finger or some cut off, but that can't be true because we see all 5 fingers of Kong later when he gets the device that they put over his hand to kind of help aid him in battle. And that also tells me we don't ever see the axe later in the trailer, which tells me that the Scar King either destroys his axe or he keeps it for himself and uses it after he defeats Kong, probably in this initial battle. Probably after a hard-fought battle, we actually see Kong turn what looks like towards this lava, signifying what looks like probably a cage to hide something else, which in this case, we all know what looks like atomic breath comes shooting right through the lava at Kong. He uses the axe at this point to kind of defend himself, just like he did in the Kong versus Godzilla movie when they were fighting in Tokyo. Now, the atomic breath that is shot out, I don't believe is from Godzilla at all. This is Shimu, without a doubt. And he doesn't shoot his atomic breath. He shoots what looks like this ice breath of some shit. We also get like this steam coming off, and anytime cold and hot mix, it always creates steam. It always does. That lava that was kind of just falling just a minute ago hits either on Shimu and he's not really fazed by it because he's just that fucking cold, or this is the atomic breath coming through, hitting the lava, creating this steam. After this ice breath or whatever is hit, you can actually start to see what look like ice or snow falling. You can even start to see the snow and everything going up on Kong's arm as he's being shot by this. Now we can see Shimu right down here shooting like that ice beam into the sky. And we see someone else right here. You can kind of see him for a split moment. My guess is this is Scar King. After he appears on the beach and starts screaming at the fucking citizens and shit. We kind of see that scene here in just a moment. And then he then uses whatever he's using to have mind control over Shimu up to the surface. And this is where Shimu and both Scar King both make their presence onto the outside world. We get this shot of Godzilla shooting his atomic breath at Kong, and Kong's obviously dodging it. In my opinion, there's absolutely no way that Godzilla would do this unless he has been seduced to mind control. I don't think Godzilla has control of what the fuck's going on with him right now. In the last movie, they made a truce amongst each other. They respect each other. They help defeat Mecha Godzilla. Now, I do believe that there's some tension still going on here, again, because both want to be the king of the monsters. However, they've tipped their hat to each other. They respect one another. Godzilla beat Kong, and if it wasn't for Kong, Godzilla would be fucking dead at the hands of Mecha Godzilla. No, I think he is, in fact, seduced to mind control, and Kong is now realizing this, which sucks for Kong, because now he's got 3 motherfuckers to worry about. However, I don't think that Godzilla is seduced for very long and comes to his senses to help aid Kong in this battle that they're about to partake in. This scene right here is the best scene in the whole fucking trailer. It wasn't until I paused it initially while I was watching the trailer that Scar King has a hold of baby Kong. Kong loads the fuck up, again with his non-dominant hand, because he could have used this one and he didn't. Punches the shit out of the Scar King and knocks this motherfucker's tooth out. That is absolutely crazy. Again, for most people, it might just be like, damn. For me, this is like, damn. Because just when you think they can't step it up even better, I never thought I would have seen a Titan get his fucking tooth knocked out. What dentist is going to be able to fix this shit? I'm okay with Scar King being a little bit taller than Kong. I'm okay with that. But it almost ultimately looks like they're almost the same height here. Which is why when I said earlier Kong was looking up and a shadowy figure was appearing behind him, not once did I ever think that was a Scar King. He's not that much taller than him. He probably is taller than him, as he probably should. He's the main villain. He can't be just the exact same fucking height with just a fucking whip. He's got to have some dominance or demonstration of dominance, and that could be just height difference and his ability to probably use some form of the Hollow Earth power. Other than just his whip, he's got to have some other weapon behind, in his arsenal to be able to use to help aid in combat. Now we do get this next shot of baby Kong throwing a rock from the Hollow Earth at this other ape. Initially, when I had seen it, I thought maybe it was a Scar King. It's not. My guess is this is probably before baby Kong meets up with the Kong that we all know, escaping from where the Scar King is currently at, trying to get away from his own kind and stuff like that. Again, I'm assuming he's mistreated. Yeah, my guess is he's trying to escape, and he throws a rock at one of what looks like the soldiers that kind of the Scar King has available back at home to kind of, you know, do all his dirty work for him or go catch stuff or whatever. I'm guessing this ape was sent to go capture Baby Kong, and Baby Kong in the process throws a rock at that dude's goddamn face. The Scar King using that vertebrae as a whip, which again is super badass, and it looks like he has major fucking control over it, which is even better. I don't want him to learn how to use it. I want that man to be already skillful with this shit. Cuts a goddamn building in half and then throws it towards Kong. And then we see Kong smash it here in just a moment. Again, this visual, the graphics are kind of iffy here. Look how long this motherfucker is. I mean, he ain't no ordinary ape. This motherfucker's an orangutan. Of course, they have them long-ass goddamn arms. But it don't matter. He picks up this goddamn building and absolutely flings this shit and has major control over it, too, at Kong. One thing I did want to point out is earlier we saw a tooth flying out. Now I'm assuming, was it Kong's tooth that came out? Because he has what looks like a silver object, kind of like how you see with little kids who always have to get their, you know, caps put on or whatever like that. He's got something silver in his fucking mouth. No fucking chance. If they do that, I'm honestly going to be pissed. And then we get this beautiful shot to end. My guess is it's here at the end, you know, they're again making a truce with one another, but I honestly think they're doing this call to call him up to the surface to let him know where they are. And they could probably sense that either way, but I think this is their call to him, letting him know it's fucking on. We're ready right now when you are. But that's going to go ahead and do it right there, folks. March 29th, I will be saving that date. I have to go see it in XD. On opening night, I will give you guys the review, telling you my feelings towards the movie, what I think they could have done better and stuff like that. I cannot wait. This movie comes out next month. Oh, I cannot wait for this fucking movie. And I was supposed to be trying to go out of town during that week, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go see this movie instead. Maybe go out of town a different week. But that's going to go and do it right there, folks. Make sure to leave that comment down below. Leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below if there's anything I had missed, things that you had noticed, or things that you found out from other YouTubers or others that have reacted that you think I should know and that I would benefit in learning from as well. But that's going to go and do it from me, folks. Again, like, comment, subscribe, as this really does help out the channel moving forward. And until next time, peace.